Police there are warning those looking for the paranormal to stop visiting.
There is a story of a girl who died in the pond.
Tonight on the Paranormal Files, we're here in Utah at the notoriously haunted Grist Mill.
I don't go in there after dark. Not me.
If he doesn't want you here, he definitely makes you know it. Footsteps, dark shadows, he will make you sick.
We are not afraid of you.
Oh, it lit up. Look, it's lit up.
It's a groan.
Did you hear that? That's not very nice.
If this is the grumpy old man, we're not afraid of you.
I can use my hand. Do you feel that cold? I'm standing right over there.
Do it again. There. Oh my God, you're right.
If that's the little girl. Family, I just heard.
Tonight on the Paranormal Files, we have this entire ghost town to ourselves. All 23 buildings. Now this place has seen a number of deaths, including the death of a young girl who drowned in the waters right over there. Just a few moments ago, we had a tour of the entire property with a psychic medium, and he told us some very shocking and frightening things about the grist mill, the schoolhouse, the barn, so many areas here on the property. And like you saw in the intro, we're the only people here. This is a property with 23 different buildings, 23 different places to investigate. But we're gonna focus on the grist mill, the schoolhouse, and the barn that's right behind us. Now, the psychic medium was already seeing shadow figures tonight. We've already heard things like children screaming. You're gonna hear and see all of that. But anyways, welcome to the Paranormal Files.
Hi, I'm Ina, and we're here at the Benson Grist Mill in Stansbury Park, Utah. And I'm one of the tour guides, and so I'm going to give you a little mini tour of the Benson Grist Mill. So the grist mill itself became operational in 1854, and the buildings that you see around here were brought in sometime after that. It was developed as a recreational center, as a park, and the buildings that you're going to see were brought in after it was developed as a park. The buildings were actual operational buildings, and so they have their own life. They had a pre-life before they were here. So some of the people that operated these buildings may still be hanging around. So let's take a look at them. So this is the Tanner cabin. It was built in Clover, Utah, and now inside you can see a lot of barbed wire, examples of barbed wire that the different cattle ranchers and sheep herders had strung around, and there's some pretty scary saws inside. This is one of the favorite ones for the kids to take a look at because they really are fascinated by those saws and they wonder what you could use that wire for. We're coming up on the exhibit building, and in the exhibit building we have a lot of exhibits of weaving. So it's kind of fun to get a look at what pioneer life could have been like. It's right up here. Along the way, you'll see some dye plants that would have been in a dye garden so that their clothes weren't all the same color. Right here is madder plant that's gone to seed. But if you pull one of these plants of madder up, your hands will get stained orange from the dye. If cattle ate that, or goats, or any of the livestock, it would kill them. It's really bad for animals. Be aware of some spooky feelings as we start going up this hill. My next door neighbor came up this hill, and she got right about here, and she shivered, and she said, "Oh, do you feel that?" I didn't, but she did. She said she's very sensitive to paranormal stuff. And we were right across from this building, right here. And she didn't know it, but this is the blacksmith shop. And quite a few people have reported paranormal activity right at this blacksmith shop. What they've told me is that somebody that maybe have been the previous blacksmith visits here, or maybe he lives here. He's really happy when people use his tools. We did have a blacksmith who was operating in here, and he did use his tools, and they said that the blacksmith, the previous blacksmith, really liked that his tools were being used in a constructive way.
So this is one of the most haunted places.
That's my understanding, that this blacksmith hangs out here. He's a benign spirit, and he likes it when people visit here, and when people, when we have a blacksmith that operates his kiln here.
What types of activity do people experience?
I'm not real familiar with everything. I know that they've had sensors. I don't know what you call the sensors, but they've had like lights go out and candles go out, that kind of stuff. This cabin right here used to be up, there was an adobe rock as you come into town, and this cabin was at that adobe rock. They disassembled it, brought it down here, reassembled it. This is a Forsyth cabin, and a young man built it for his bride, and this is a very good example of what pioneer life was like. So they had their little pioneer garden right here. And inside, here's your stove. This was the center of the home. Here's your deluxe wash tub. This is how you did your wash. You can see that they didn't have cupboards, but they did have lots of place to hang stuff. Meals were cooked here. Soap was made here. You had everything that you needed. We did have a deluxe dishwasher right over there in the corner. You can see the ladder going up to the rafters. This was the kids' bedroom right upstairs here. They would have slept in the loft. Mom and Dad shared that twin-size bed right there. You can see an example of lath and plaster on the walls that's kind of coming apart, but at first they just had the log walls with chinks in between the logs to keep the wind out. Notice how low the ceiling is. People weren't very tall back when in the 1800s, 1850s. But you can imagine the kids sleeping in that loft. It wasn't very tall for them. And in the summertime, you can imagine how hot it was. And so I'll bet you they slept outside on the lawn.
Oh yeah, it's hot right now.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Usually the person that's on duty when there's ghost hunters up here will stay in the office and let you guys do your thing. One time a new person was here and she was in the office and she was engaged to a serviceman who's in Washington, D.C. And so she was having a chat with him. She was online. And so she was facing the computer and he was looking out at her from the computer, just chatting away. It was getting close to midnight. And he said, "Summer, don't turn around." She said, "What?" He said, "Summer, don't turn around." And of course she turned around. Behind her was what they call the lady in white. And Summer, being gutsy little Summer, said, "Okay, now what?" And her hubby-to-be was just looking, and there's somebody here, evidently, that's called the lady in white that seemed to visit, but I had never heard of her being in the office before. But she seemed to think Summer and her husband would like to have a visit. So there she was. So I guess she visits the office too.
Wow. Cool.
So this was built for, old mill was restored. They were actually gonna have a miller live here. So it was a house built in the 1940s. And there was gonna be a house, 2 bedrooms, kitchen. That was one of the bedrooms. And he only was here about 6 weeks before he passed away. So, not so much for a miller's house.
Really?
Yeah.
Did he die in the house?
He had a heart attack. And so I think they got him to a hospital. I don't think he died in the house. This is Ezra Taft Benson that the mill was named for. His great-grandson, Ezra Taft Benson. And some artifacts, all of these in here were donated. But some of these came across the plains. We've got dental equipment. This is
his grandson here.
This is his great-grandson,
Great grandson.
who was one of the presidents of the LDS Church. So he was the one that commissioned the mill, and he came across with the early pioneers.
So where was the woman seen in here?
I'll show you. Okay, so this is the office right here. So Summer was sitting right here at the computer. Office door was shut and locked. She was sitting at this chair. And so her hubby was looking out. So it would be right about with this door closed. Right about here.
That's where the woman was seen.
Yeah.
Any description of the woman that anyone can offer?
Just woman in white. That's all I have.
I kind of feel something in here.
You get this one.
Like, out of all the buildings, I think this has the most kind of a
I mean,
vibe.
it's. I don't know if it's because we're inside, now with air conditioning, and it's changed my feel. I don't know, but yeah, I would probably agree with you if I think about it. So far,
So there you go.
I don't know.
There you go. Have to come back, man.
Okay.
Check it out. So this is the deal. Over at the mill, I can tell you stories over there, but I don't go in there after dark.
Okay.
So it's just creepy enough that, yep, not me.
Okay.
You won't actually go inside.
No, I don't. No.
Is that your only building that you don't like to go on after dark?
It truly is. I'll go in the store. I'll take you over to the school. The school's another one that seems to have a lot of activity. But I'll tell you about the mill.
Please.
Okay, this is this is not the original building on this site. When the pioneers first came, they knew they needed a grist mill in order for settlers to survive. And what they needed first in order to have a grist mill was a sawmill. So the logs came from Pine Canyon, about 8 miles away. They brought the logs down with a horse and wagon and built the sawmill first. And they used the logs to build this mill. So it took them, they started in 1840, late 1840, let's see, about 1848. The mill was made to operate with just one miller and perhaps an apprentice or the miller's son. So it's an amazing one-man operation. There's some controversy about whether the actual mill wheel was down in the basement or whether it was outside. So that if you look in the basement, there's some really interesting machinery. You can see, from what my research shows, it was built after the third patent that George Washington signed. And he looked at that and says, I got to have me one of those. So he had one on Mount Vernon. And so it's pretty unique and pretty significant. Yeah. So a lot of and it's on the Utah State Historical Register. It's one of the very few still standing wooden grist mills. Lots of them have gone up in flames because the flour just combusts, spontaneous combustion. And the way they kept it from combusting is when you go in the basement, you'll see the gears that mesh. Some are wooden and some are metal. So watch for those wooden gears, because that was one of the unique features of it. And then if one of the wooden gears broke off, they could just plug in another wooden gear. So it's pretty unique. As you go up the stairs, there's story after story after story of a grumpy old man. And maybe all mills have a grumpy old man, I don't know, but a lot of grumpy old man stories. You might want to set some equipment up there. Lots of grumpy old man stories there.
Why would there be a grumpy old man?
It was a one-man operation. And perhaps one of the millers that ran it got pretty grumpy after people complaining, or maybe it was awful hot and stuffy. Wouldn't that make you grumpy?
It would.
I don't know, but that's the story that I keep getting. I can't imagine that there weren't accidents with so much equipment. You look at all the moving parts in there, I can't imagine that there weren't serious accidents with all those moving parts.
The actual grist mill. This is the kind of crown jewel of the property.
This is the crown jewel of the property, and everybody that comes here has something to say about supernatural experiences inside that mill. This is the hot spot. This is the mother lode you got.
And you won't go in there at night?
I will not go in there at night.
Just because of you're afraid of what's in there, or had an experience?
I haven't had an experience, but I've heard enough stories that my better judgment says, you guys that don't mind it, you go for it.
Okay.
As we go down this way, there's a milk barn, and it was actually in Grantsville to start with. It ended up down here at least once a year, if not more often. With some of the investigations, the door gets torn off the hinges. Don't ask me why, I have no idea why, but that one door gets more repairs than any other place here.
Really?
Yeah.
Something is tearing the doors off.
Something, and I don't know whether it's people getting spooked. It only happens at night. It only happens when there's a ghost investigation. That's all I know about it.
Strange.
Yep.
There's just so many buildings here. You couldn't
There are.
possibly
There are a
explore
lot
all
of
in
buildings.
one night.
Okay, so the school's across this bridge. The bridge is a little creaky, and you gotta watch your footing a little bit on this bridge. You do hear stories about a little girl that drowned, and from what I understand, her name was Alice. I think she was 5 or 6 years old, and I believe she drowned in the mill pond. The mill water had to go over the mill wheel and then down this channel right here, and the channel went all the way to the Great Salt Lake. But I have heard a lot of stories about people having conversations with or some kind of interaction with Alice.
And she drowned somewhere.
Either somewhere in this channel that goes underneath the bridge or across the highway over there in the mill pond.
Okay.
Almost everybody that sets up some kind of equipment in here in the school, and they have conversations with whoever seems to hang out in the school. I don't know any original stories about whether or how it got haunted. All I know is lots of people visit here. So I'll come in here with you guys. Who rides? I have no idea. It looks like your original early settler schoolhouse with just a few desks. Your original horn book that would be in a one-room schoolhouse so that kids could start. Here's your primer. They start with lesson 1 with single words.
Oh, man.
And they can progress to reading whole pages and paragraphs.
So what kind of experiences do people have in here?
They talked to spirits in here. And it's the kind of thing where somebody says, if you want to talk to us, then, blow out the candle or touch this, make the light go out, that kind of stuff. Move the chalk. I haven't been here, haven't seen it happen, but that's what I hear.
Wow. Okay. Well, is that it? Great.
Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Really?
The office is pretty interesting. Even with it lit up, it's pretty interesting.
No, that is lit up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you just real quick, we'll do the proper introduction in a second.
Right.
Sure you
What did you just say about the...
So, as you guys had walked away, sitting here by myself, I just happened to be standing in front of the door for this tanner cabin and watched a shadow walk across the back wall from one side to the other. It went from one wall to the other and then kind of back toward the center and then disappeared.
So it's already active.
So, already active. Yeah, it's active here during the day. All right, so I'm Caden Mattinson. I'm a medium here in Utah, and I am the creator and director of the Life of a Utah Medium on Facebook. I've investigated Old Benson Grist Mill more times than I can count, honestly. And we're standing here in front of my favorite building on the property. We call this the Big Mill. There's another mill kind of just north of us here that's equally as active. But this building, some of the craziest paranormal experiences I've had before I, went outside the state happened right here in this building. It's activity that you can't beat it. I mean, footsteps, clear full body apparitions, dark shadows, sounds that you just can't explain happen on this property.
Wow, and we haven't been in here yet, so...
No, she wouldn't go in.
She wouldn't go in here.
Seriously said she wouldn't.
This is one location, so I mean, from the moment you walk through the door, if we don't hear something going up the stairs, I'd be very surprised, honestly.
So he's gonna actually walk us through the area, kind of give us some history / experiences that he's had and other people have had, and also feel out the environment for what it's like tonight.
Let's do it.
We're gonna let you just kind of take us away, man.
Let's do it. So I'm sure she gave you some history about the building. If she didn't bring you in, this is where the mills actually operate. This is the main frame of the system, if you will. And if you are up on the 3rd floor, it's very often that you will hear either somebody down here tinkering, or you will hear there used to be, they moved it down there. There's a dress right there, and you can just hear the fabric from that being ruffled. So super cool. We've been up on the 3rd floor and heard talking down here with a group of 5 or 6 of us. We had split up. And so we come down to find out where the other group was. and there was nobody else in the building with us.
So I get certain things that happen to me, and it's kind of a joke, but I get I call it crackling.
Yeah.
Like it's like my sinuses, and I've got a light headache now for the first time tonight. And I feel like maybe some pressure.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like a different pressure change.
Yeah.
Is what I'm feeling. So anyway, I got some crackling going on.
So there's a spirit in this room, not in this room particularly, but in this building that we've lovingly named Sarah. As part of kind of the project that we're going to start working on, we would.
Did you hear that? Or
Yeah.
Yeah, there was just like a
Some walking,
boom, boom,
something
boom.
right there.
Yep.
And that happens all night long. Like if you don't spend any more time in any other building, this is the one you want to be in for sure. That's common. That happens a lot here. But yeah, so we're going to start working on a project where we are going to identify the names and the actual stories of some of the spirits that we encounter. We've been able to locate the name Sarah, but we're not sure the tie on her yet. So that's something we're working to find.
And I'm not gonna keep interrupting, but what's coming to my head and I'm feeling is like in this area here, someone like maybe being injured, maybe dying. I don't know if you know of anybody or have ever heard of that.
Nothing that we can confirm yet.
Okay.
We have lots of. That was pretty intense. Thank you.
Did you hear a creak?
Uh-huh. So that's pretty awesome. You know, you talk about active locations. This is definitely one of them. We'll go up to the second floor. When we get to the third floor, I'll tell you another story about some experiences that we've had.
You know the feeling like when you're going upstairs, you feel like you want to get up fast?
Yeah.
That's kind of how I feel.
I feel like you're going to be chased up the stairs.
That's weird.
You really do. Ooh, who was that? So this one's eerie.
Wow.
This floor is always the eerie one. We were investigating here one night, and you know, it's, as you can tell, it's warm in this building, and the third floor is not any better. All of a sudden, we were kind of at the back of this, and we heard what sounded like a door opening. And the only door up here really that can open is just behind you right there. So this little deadbolt holds it shut. Okay. You have to physically open it up.
Oh, get some air in here.
Yeah. Oh, wow. So this door was closed when we were up on the third floor, and we heard a door open, so we came down to check, and this door was wide open.
Really?
I mean, a good 3 feet open. We, of course, go down to the first floor, as any investigator would do. You debunk. Maybe somebody came up and opened it because it was warm. The only other investigators that were with us were over in the pavilion about 100 yards away. Huh. So we didn't watch it open, but it would definitely heard it open.
And this is the floor with the grumpy old
This is
man?
the grumpy old man. He was, I'm not entirely sure on a name on him yet. He's one that I really want the story behind. But he's one that, if he doesn't want you here, he definitely makes you know that he does not want you here. He will make you sick if he has to.
Oh, okay. I was just going to tell you I don't want to keep on interrupting, but I honestly feel like sick up here.
Yes.
I honestly do. I was going to say that. I just didn't want to interrupt again.
He does.
But I feel kind of fearful too, a little bit.
He's like a
weird.
mechanic. I don't know if he in fact was a maintenance person, but he definitely has those overall very rough, like almost coal miner appearance. He stands like 6'2", 6'3", pretty narrow, skinny built. You know, he's from the early 1800s, and so he's got really that real thin stature.
But angry.
Angry, very, very angry.
Is there a third floor?
There is a third floor.
Okay, this just kind of moved or creaked a little bit.
And it will do that if it looks like you will hear footsteps going up those stairs if you're right here.
So
that.
What do you think is the best way to get the old man to come out to talk?
Just show up.
Really?
Honestly, just show up. If you go, there's a little walkway right here to the side. And if you go down back in here by yourself for even just a couple of minutes, you will clearly hear some walking around. Let me sneak,
Oh my gosh.
sneak past.
Okay.
It's a wild experience for sure. You know, and I'm a medium and I see this stuff on the daily.
Right.
And he's an intense spirit.
You know, that is, I gotta say, very creepy. Just a feeling, you know?
Yeah.
It's almost like when you can almost feel darkness.
Yes.
You know?
Yep.
Colin knows for me that I can actually feel more than anything.
Yes.
And I just feel like my legs are actually feeling like almost
Unstable.
kind of numb, like
Yes.
jello.
Yep.
And then I don't feel well. And so I kind of feel like you said, that grumpy old man or whatever
Yep.
is maybe that's, I have no idea, but that's how I'm feeling.
Maybe he doesn't like having a second grumpy old man here.
Yeah, probably. Caden's not that old.
I'm not that old. Come on. So this is an awesome floor, but the third floor is even better.
Oh,
Really?
okay. Well,
Yes,
I'll ask
so
you a
let's-
question up there then.
Let's go
Cool.
up on the third floor.
Ooh. Let me just get a
If you
shot.
Occasionally, too, if you look kind of straight down here to the back of that, with no lights, you will see him walk past there.
Okay.
And I really think he worked a lot, you know, on that back side, putting that equipment together, keeping everything functioning. You know, this was the grain mill, and so this was how they ate. And if they didn't have enough grain, they couldn't feed the families. And so,
Important.
very important to keep this working.
Man, I gotta tell you too. I know you keep saying it, but I feel creeped out in here.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
More so than I thought.
you know, generally speaking, I mean, I'm not a fan of heights, but I'm okay with that door in the daylight.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. Seeing the
I'm
bars on
okay
there,
with
right?
that in the daylight hours. But if I'm up here investigating at 11 o'clock midnight, I won't go stand next to that door. I feel like I'm going to be pushed out of it.
And that's what I was going to tell you. The same damn thing, except here.
The stairs.
I felt like I don't want to get too close and have my back here because
Yes.
like someone's going to push me. You know?
So we have a good friend of ours that investigates with us all the time. We've nicknamed him the Paranormal Bodyguard because inevitably, every time we have him with us, somebody either gets scratched or somebody doesn't feel right, and within seconds, he's right there every single time. Just that innate sense. We were coming down. We had had a really heavy session on the third floor, and we had got to here, and he was like, "Man, I feel worse here than I did upstairs." Just about that time, we had another guy that was in front of us grab a hold of the rails, and he was like, "Did somebody just shove me?" I'm like, "No, we're a good 6 feet away from you." And he's like, No. I felt hands. Like somebody just tried to push me down the stairs.
Well, that's
I'm
comforting.
like,
Okay. Yes. Okay.
so let's wander to the third floor, and I'll tell you a little bit of story about the third floor. We're coming up. Ooh. So this is the third floor. This is the top of the mill here. And so this is where they had some belts going. This is where the grain really kind of got separated. They obviously had storage up here. We've seen pictures where they've had bags and straps like this, just equipment hanging out up here. This is another one of those doors that it can open. Shouldn't, but it can. But knocking.
Well, I get one.
Yeah, I heard that.
Okay. It wasn't your feet. It was.
Are
like,
you?
It was like.
Do you want our attention? Did you hear that?
What was that?
It's like it sounded to me like a pulley or something.
it was metal.
Didn't it?
Yeah. So that's pretty crazy. Sarah, are you up here with us? If you're up here with us, can you make a knock? Can you make some sound to let us know that you're with us? There was a very faint one. Can you do that a little bit closer? She's one that she's a kind of a younger girl, and so she doesn't like to get super close. Back in that time, it was not acceptable for young children to be super close to other people. And so they kind of stuck to their own families, but they also had the colony. And it was the men's job to go out, help the colony stay together, follow the orders of, at the time, it was President Brigham Young. So they were to follow his orders. And the women, their job was to take care of the house, take care of the children, make sure that they were clothed and fed. And then it was the men's job to provide. Up here on this floor, we have had some audio confirmation beyond just the few mediums that have been up here to confirm that there are a couple of polygamous families, women and children, that are up here with us. We have heard the sounds of children laughing. We had one group up here say that they watched a lady with almost like a gray bonnet dress walk slightly down the hall right here next to you, and then realized that there were people there, and then she disappeared.
There was another, like a
Back there, did you hear that?
I think like a thump.
Yeah. So there's a pretty wild story that comes off of this floor.
Do you want to walk down here?
Let's walk down. Let's walk down. This is one of those spots where I've spent quite a bit of time back here. It's pretty wide. Yeah, so we've spent many nights.
Isn't it cooler down here?
It is cooler, much cooler down here.
It feels great.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is kind of where they like to congregate when we're up here. And so we'll kind of sit back where you're standing and just turn all the lights off. We'll set out maybe a K2 or something and just sit here. And they definitely make themselves known. So, and that is wild. What are you? Who is up here with us? So there's also a story that I've gotten up here. A teenage girl and like an early 20-something-year-old boy were kind of starting a fling. And both of their parents found out about it, went to confront her because she was the harlot. He was a man, so he could do no wrong. She was a harlot. And so they went to confront her about it, and she actually jumped out of the second-story window of this building and committed suicide.
Really?
We don't think that this suicide was intentional. I think she was trying to escape the interrogation, but ended up dying from the fall. And more than once, and none of which we had to have a camera running, of course, we have seen a white orb ball come out of that window and fall to the ground.
What do you capture that with?
Just watching it. Yeah, and it's never been while we're investigating either. It's always been when we're out really just taking a break, just kind of recouping, kind of getting some air from the heat, sitting down at the benches out of the pavilion. One investigation, we witnessed it, and we came back into the building and asked if there was lights going, if there was any kind of, K2s or any equipment going. And they were like, okay, seriously, you just saw that? Because we just heard screaming and heard footsteps. And that would definitely tie in with that experience.
Totally. Wow.
So, and we have got those footsteps. We've gotten voices, all kinds of EVPs from this location.
First of all, man, it's fun.
Yeah,
It's so hot up here.
It's so hot.
Like, you want to spend time up here, but you don't.
So, I'm going to ask you, what are you feeling in here tonight?
So definitely the first floor. There is a female down there that's not normally in this building. So I'm not sure what stories she has to tell you. One thing I like to do, if you stand right where I'm standing right here, there's a window straight in front of you. You can see it through the supports. More often than not, I see somebody walk past that window and block it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Take a little bit of time with Caden.
I'm going to let you start us off.
Caden, you've been here so much.
I have. So, all right, guys, you know who I am. I've been here several times. Wanted to introduce you to some new friends of mine, and they've come from quite a ways away, and they are here to hear your story, and they're here to experience what life was like when you were alive. You have given us multiple experiences. That doesn't happen often. I've got chills. Sarah, we're gonna call on you because I know this is your floor and this is your space. So if you are here, I need you to make a noise that we can all hear. You hear the children talking?
I just heard a little bit of.
I can, so as a medium, everybody does things a little bit differently. And for me, most of my stuff is more memory, more internal images.
Okay,
I will see figures. I mean, that's visual stuff.
Yeah.
But not very often audible.
Right.
And if I do hear something audible, it's something that really needed to be brought across. And
one of the clair senses. Yeah. Was that you or
no? There you go.
Uh-huh.
Thank you. Did you bring Emma and Jonathan with you? If either one of you is up here, will you please make a noise? Should we go down to the second floor? I say that and then I hear, no, don't do that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, no, don't do that.
Like a warning not to?
Yeah, not, almost like nah, he's already angry.
This is as full as my head has been, though here, up on this floor, like my sinuses are just popping.
Jesus.
It's so hot. It's so hot.
Sweaty.
If you're up here, if you don't mind walking through us and cooling the room off for us a little bit. Over there, footsteps behind you.
I heard the board.
Oh my God! Did you hear the scream?
Yeah.
Do you hear that? There was literally just a child, dude. That was a f***ing child.
And that's what I was saying.
Dude.
When we are outside, if we would have been outside in that moment, you very likely would have seen that orb jump.
Oh my God, dude. I have full body chills,
Oh,
man.
me too. You should see my legs even.
Me too. It was on
Something
my
has
legs.
moved through us.
Yes.
There was something that went.
Yes.
Oh, I'm like right now.
My
even.
legs.
My legs, my arms.
My arms,
My
too.
body.
Thank you for showing yourself. We appreciate
And I
that.
saw a shadow go
Right here.
Right here.
And when they came over, and now there's movement back there.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that. We would love to. These guys have not been here before and have not heard your story, and so they would love to get to know you if you will allow them an opportunity.
And we're
That was-
friendly. We're friendly.
Metal behind you.
Yeah, I heard that.
I gotta say also, isn't Alice the girl who drowned?
Alice is the girl who drowned.
And she was young?
Yes.
The scream, like a child's scream that I heard and you heard,
Yeah.
came from like outside of that window.
Yeah.
Towards the creek area, in my opinion.
Yes.
I didn't hear it.
Which it was
Yeah.
so loud, like that.
It was it was. I hope you caught that on your audio. I
Oh,
really
we
do.
had to.
You'll
That was so
magnify it.
loud.
Because that was so loud.
Well, you guys want to go downstairs?
Yeah, sure.
This was just a little
Let's
taste.
get. I mean, physical temperature difference between the two.
Dude, you know what's, you were saying you didn't want to be the back?
Yeah.
I didn't want to be the back either. I felt there's someone
you feel
right
like
behind
somebody's
me.
right there.
Like seriously, like
And you will feel that every time you walk away from this
that's
building.
crazy how thick that is.
It's so. Go down to the first floor, and we'll take you down to the basement.
Oh man, feels
Before we do
nice.
that, is there anybody living here? Is there a live person?
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, no,
Oh, what was that?
the door. Didn't we shut the door?
No, but there was a creak. Or like a wee.
Wait.
I'm like, I'm not moving.
No.
I'm standing still.
That's me.
This floor is a heavy one. They thought they'd give you an original bench. This is that dresser that I was talking about. You'll come down here sometimes and just catch your light on it as the pants move. And I mean, there's no breeze in here. It's it's walled in. And this would have been like that's what they would have worn in that during that era. This is a real outfit from that time period. To my understanding, this is actually a donated outfit that somebody actually wore.
And you know what's interesting when you say someone, all in white, or
Yeah.
and everyone's like, oh yeah, there's always somebody in white.
Always.
Well, I mean, here you go.
This could be why.
This could be why.
This could be why. So let's go down here. Definitely hold on to the rail when you go down here, because there's some awful weird steps, and you don't want to get shoved down here. This basement for me is extremely heavy every time I come down. There's not a time. Lord, hi.
I'm feeling the leg effect again.
So we were right here when I was telling you that Tim got pushed, and he took a step right here, and he was like, I felt like they were trying to throw me over the edge. Felt like they were trying to throw me into the well. And if you shine down there, there is water down there, and that is a long way down. That is not a place that you want to fall.
I think you'd survive that.
That is a long way down. And that is the original. This is the original walls. I mean, this is the original structure, and there's a lot of history behind these walls.
Yeah. You feel anything down here?
So, I really feel like the same man that I picked up on the last time. The last time I was here was about Halloween last year, and we picked up on a gentleman here that almost resembles, I don't know if I want to give off the Slender Man typical thing, but he kind of resembles that. He's a taller, roughly skinny, I mean, he's kind of average built gentleman down here, but he's got short jet black hair. And when I see his face, his eyes are blank. Not that he doesn't have eyes, but they're white. Generally, when I'm connecting with a spirit, if I'm connecting with, say, your grandfather or your uncle, I'm gonna get a good description of them. I'm gonna see their eye color. I'm gonna see hair color. Good description of who that person is. So for me to see him with white eyes, one doesn't cue off really a great feeling anyway. But then you come down here and you get nausea. You get pushed. We have had people scratch down here. You get the motion sickness and feeling like you're moving. All that kind of stuff happens down here.
And what do you think that means to have white eyes?
To me, it's just blank. It's not really demonic, if you will, if you believe in that kind of thing. I've had experiences that have definitely made me believe in the possibility.
He's obviously a little angry because he's shoving.
Very angry. Yes.
Anywhere down here he likes to really.
In there apparently now. That's new.
What do you mean this is new?
So that's the third time that I've heard something moving around back in here. Is it possible that it could be animals? Sure, but that's pretty. That was a pretty solid thump.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And that's pretty creepy back there.
It's pretty eerie. And that's not typically where we would experience him. So typically you're going to be right here, generally with your back to him when you're looking over the side, or we've been standing here as a group and generally just natural the way the room fits. One back to that wall, one back to this, to this opening, and you feel just like he's right on top of you. But then you turn to. More than once I've turned to talk to somebody thinking we had another group member with us, and nobody's there.
That's great.
And you can get back in here. There is kind of a model right there of kind of the functioning of how this would work, and it's pretty stuck now. Yeah, so that's sat there for a while. But it used to be that this wheel had a crank, and you could see how these gears here would actually turn the mill. Wow. And it was used on the water, so the water would move the wheels below, and then it would turn the gears. For the 1800s, this is actually really, really advanced equipment. and it was put together originally. It was instrumented by Brigham Young, and he told them the plans on how that he wanted it put together, and then they had men come in and follow his directions.
Good directions,
So,
I guess.
Great directions,
directions.
because it works.
Huh?
Just some steps.
Are you upstairs right now?
You can hear water.
Yeah, so there's
Is
a
that
creek
down there?
right here.
Down here. It's
Uh-huh.
running though, huh?
But it will turn every once in a while. You'll be sitting outside and you'll see the mill actually start turning.
Oh, shit.
So
that
that's
would be pretty crazy.
That's pretty crazy.
Well, I got 5% left on this battery. You guys want to get out and get some air?
We better,
Go
yeah.
get our stuff?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Appreciate it.
Of course. Appreciate it.
What's the Facebook page?
The Facebook page and TikTok are the same. Facebook is The Life of a Utah Medium. TikTok is Life of a Utah Medium.
Okay. Life of a Utah Medium, baby.
That's
And
right.
Paranormal Files.
That's
Yeah.
right.
All right, man.
Cool. I'm ready, dude. Ready to get some air.
Yes.
Okay, so now that you've seen that whole tour and psychic medium evaluation of the property, you can probably see that this place is eerie. It is no joke. I honestly didn't know that it was gonna be as creepy as it is, but being here now, I'm definitely on edge a little bit. Jeff and I are here alone now. Everybody has left. The gates are locked. We actually are the ones that have to close up every building and every door here when we're done tonight. As a lot of you know, we give away every single week a free Paranormal Files gift bag to one of you lucky people online. We love doing it. It's completely free. And if you want to have a chance to win one of those gift bags, it's super simple. All you have to do is hit the like button on this video, go down right now and like the video, and comment in the comment section below, not the live chat, "Welcome to Utah." It's super simple. Your commenting and likes, it helps us out so much, so please go do it. And I'm gonna give y'all 10 seconds to go comment now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I hope you guys have seen, we're using our good cameras again. We're using our DSLRs with lenses and all of that. We upgraded a lot of equipment. We actually just purchased this brand new upgraded Sony 4K Handycam IR. It's gonna be so nice. We've been using it all day. We have a ton of new equipment that we're gonna break out tonight, including an automatic, isn't it right here? Like this, automatic writing planchette. This is a fountain pen, and we have a whole experiment plan with poster board that we're gonna do towards the end of this video, but we're super excited, and I can't wait to show you guys some of the new tools that we've bought and created ourselves. But for now, we have got Mr. P Spooks in the house. How you feeling tonight, Mr. Papa?
Finish my root beer stick. This is a massive place, actually 23 buildings like you said. I had a lot of activity I felt over already in the grist mill. We've been all over the place. I would just say this place is definitely going to be active. I can just feel it at so many places, and I think electronically we've been told like they go off here, so it's going to be interesting to play with our toys, try to see if we can make contact. Again, like I said, we never really know what we're making contact with, but I'm excited to get going. It's late already, again, of course, for us, so it's time to get going. But yeah.
And shout out to the fresh beard.
Fresh beard, yes. You know, it's coming up from the neck up, and I'm just gonna get this LeBron James, Santa Claus kind of look, I guess. I think it's kind of sexy, when you're Santa Claus. So.
Oh God. Okay, let's get this going, everybody. We're gonna grab our stuff. Let's do this. Holy shit, dude, this place is terrifying.
Oh,
Wait.
oh, shit. Dude, I'm charged again. If you're here, can you make a noise for us? Let us know you are here. Noise behind you.
whoever's up here, grumpy old man, we're here to talk. Let's set our stuff down and set it up really quick. So, what's happening?
We have our regular nice cameras for static, but we're also going to use just one of the GoPros. These were all just completely fine. And even if you take the charge, the battery pack, you know, that we've got fully charged, and put it on these, that's how I keep these running. Was that just a knock? You'll have to find out. Oh my gosh. Somebody here, can you knock on the wood? I'm Jeff, this is Colin, my son. We're just here to kind of like communicate with you. We mean you no harm, we just want to verify your existence. Right down here. Okay, anyway, well, same old thing. You know, this is all charged before we left. Okay, it doesn't come on, right? So then I always put a power pack on it. You put the power pack on it, it comes on, right? But I know, I heard that.
What was that? It was like a...
So even though it's got a power pack.
Crazy.
So that's it for that.
All right, everybody. We're here right now inside of the Benson Grist Mill. We just want to talk. And if there is an angry old man here, we want you to come out because we are not afraid of you. My name is Colin. I'm here with my dad.
I'm Jeff.
In this hallway right here, we have a bunch of tools and devices that you could use to let us know that you're here or to scare us. We heard that you like this this part of the mill. Can you walk over towards us right now? What the hell, my light just changed colors on its own.
It did.
That's weird.
Oh my gosh, I'm standing by the steps again.
Oh, there it goes. There it goes, right there.
Ah.
So that's a motion
I can't see
sensing
it.
jump rope.
Where is it? Right here?
It's right there, right there.
Oh.
Somebody's walking across the hall
Oh.
right there. If that's you walking across the hall, can you keep coming towards us?
Wow, that was cool. Okay, once again, we've come a long way to see you. If you are the grumpy old man, there's just some kind of a... No, that's a car. But there was a clink. So, again, my son Colin, I'm Jeff. We just want to know that you're here. Once again, just any way of showing us. We appreciate, it looks like you crossed the rope to make that go off. We're just going to sit and listen and let you talk to us or show us that you're here.
Can you knock on something? Or use your voice? See, look, we've got a bunch of devices here. We've got a new REM pod. We've got the music box. We've got this proximity REM pod jump rope. And then all the way down here we have a small REM pod sensor.
It's crazy.
Got it for this one.
Yeah, I just want to show them.
Okay, maybe you don't like the color blue. I'm gonna put a different color. Can you light up one of our devices when you tell me what color you like?
If you're the grumpy old man, let's see it. Show us your energy and light those devices up for us. Touch them.
Can you walk towards the sound of our voices? If this is the grumpy old man, we're not afraid of you. We want to get scared. You can shove me, do something to me. I don't really care. Are you in here? Let's go do the spirit talker, and let's go to full IR. Just watch out for these.
I can't quite see.
We do have this hall booby trapped.
Yes, we do. It's loaded.
Oh! Did you just hit yourself?
Yes, I just hit my head on this thing.
Are you okay?
Damn it.
Are you okay?
Oh, man, headache time. Gosh. Grumpy old man, if that was you, that's not very nice. At least light up something down. Oh, it lit up. Look, it's lit up.
No.
It lit up right when I said that. It's going to be on camera on mine and this on the static. Thank you. So you are the one that hit my head. That's not very nice. Ooh, I've got total body chills here. Jesus. What was that?
I leaned on that and it scared me.
Okay, so if you made me hit my head, at least do something with these lights again, or make the music box go off. You owe that to me. The rope light went off right though when I said it.
Right away?
Yeah, so I think, we can't just keep making him do it. He did it. What was that?
Oh, there it is! There it is again! There it is!
Oh, did you get it?
Yes.
Okay, he's here. All right, thank you.
That camera got it.
It's kind of like, do you want me to come back down here? Do you want me to come back down so I hit my head again? Or you think it's funny or what? If you think it's funny, light something up or make something go off. I guess not. That's good. Oh man, my back is...
Let's see. I'm gonna switch to full.
Come on, grumpy old man, make a noise. Give us a knock on the wood. Turn one of the gears. Was that you?
No.
What was that?
I was standing completely
Yeah, I thought
still.
so. It was like
I came from over here.
a tap tap.
Literally.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Should we move back over here? Oh, what was that?
Squeak of some sort. Oh, the rope light. I can see the rope light going off in there. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it.
Ah, shit. Well, we're going to have it on camera. Are you like hanging out over here? You keep crossing back and forth. What was that? Isn't that isn't that
down there?
Where?
I think that's the REM pod.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, at the end of the hallway.
Yeah.
Thank you for turning that rope light on. We know you're here, so we might as well get it on and talk. Oh, right away. Oh. Okay. Oh.
Dude, he's here, man. That's what I felt. That's
where the noise was, dude. Did you hear that? That was a whistle. I'm feeling
I feel
energy.
bad all of a sudden, man. Just to explain, if you just walk up and touch any of the lights, or you walk up and down this hallway, that will let us know that you are here with us. And you did a great job touching that one right there.
And at the end of the hallway.
And at the end of the hallway.
And the rope light.
Can you do that again and let us know where you are on this floor?
What was that? Camera shut off or what? I don't know. Huh?
I think so, but
Well, it was something.
yeah, it was that.
Something.
I think we should do the spirit talker right now.
Okay, let's bring it out.
Here, I'll let you run it and I'll just film.
Watch out for the stairs.
Oh.
Filming?
Yep.
It's active.
Right when you said you have this feeling of getting pushed,
Right.
it fucking
Yeah.
spiked again. Oh, what was that loud?
Oh no, there's a shuffle down here.
I heard like a.
Tell us your name into this device right here. Grumpy old man. Tell us that you're grumpy. What's a word for grumpy? Or if you're upset, tell us how you feel. He feels wonderful.
Wonderful.
Oh, well, that's interesting. You feel wonderful. What was that? Did you do that? Or? Oh, what? Ooh. Okay. Interesting. You feel wonderful. Okay. Okay, so.
No, it's not.
It's not the grumpy old man?
Okay.
Or it's not wonderful?
Like, oh, you know how you would say, like, your car just got hit by a Mack truck. Oh, wonderful. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It could be like, okay, so tell us who you are. At
Hear
least.
me.
Hear me.
Okay, we are. We do hear you. All right, but we're asking.
I just heard like a. Oh!
Okay, we hear you, right? Oh, lights are going on. Just right when I said that. We'll get it on this camera. So then, it's not wonderful. Maybe give us your name. We'd like to talk to you and address you by your name. Lights. Boy, they like. I think they're coming around.
Oh, dude, my blood sugar's dropping.
Are you playing with Colin's blood sugar? Are you filming?
Oh,
What was that? Up there. Is that a rustling? Like a rustle?
yeah.
Like this. Like this, Colin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, late again. We have set up these little black boxes down in the hall there, or you can go across.
Window.
Window! I'm f***ing at the window right now, dude. I just sat my back on the window. And I don't feel good.
Well, it's not wonderful. Maybe he's talking about your blood sugar.
Christopher.
Christopher.
Okay. Christopher. I'm gonna sit down, dude.
Yeah, I feel like really. I feel really like dizzy and weak right now. Are you making me sick right now?
If he doesn't want you here, he definitely makes you know that he does not want you here. He will make you sick if he has to.
Oh, okay.
Quiet.
Quiet. You want us to be quiet? Okay, we'll be quiet for a second. What are you gonna do? Oh, behind you, behind you. My mind is like, I can't think in here, man. This place is like trippy, dude. What is that?
It's the stairs. See that light right here I'm pointing to? You just made it go off. Please come over and touch that. I'm gonna show it on camera.
Oh,
What? What happened?
what is
Okay, once again, can you please come over and touch that device and make that light go off? Right here. This one right here.
4,
Oh, dude, this light keeps changing down here. What's that doing?
What is that?
What? Is that the door?
I can't tell. I talk about this a lot in the videos.
it's me.
It's me. I just saw a flash of something back there, dude.
I thought I saw a flash over here too.
Bright ass flash of something.
No, I thought I saw like a bright flicker of
Yes.
light,
Yes.
like a spark.
This camera probably picked it up, whatever it was.
Yeah, I saw that prior.
Oh, dude, it's cold right here, man.
Where?
Dude, right here, dude. Feel this. Holy shit, dude. Do you feel this right here? Right here.
Power.
Power.
God, I can't.
Something's coming up the fucking steps right now, man. Oh my god, dude. It is like a very, very
Oh,
cold.
I'm also smelling something now.
Oh, the rope over there. The rope's flashing too.
I'm smelling something.
Okay, but what I was gonna say is I talk about this and my blood sugar will go low.
Yeah, it's been weird.
Twice tonight it's gone so low, and I feel like this building is sucking the life out of me. I feel like it's
Okay.
it's seriously like,
What did I just... Yeah, did you hear that shuffle again? Is that what you're hearing?
something in here is like, I don't know.
Funny.
You think it's funny to hurt people? You think it's funny that I feel like shit?
So you just like hit my head.
Yeah. You hit your head. I'm really...
So what did I tell you? I'm gonna try to lean on this back. I don't want to get too close. They kind of scare me a little bit.
Yeah.
What did I tell Caden when I got out? I said like the place is like sucked all my energy out. I feel like drained.
Mm-hmm.
Like, remember that? Like my legs are limp. I remember when I was talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what. It's using your energy.
Well, look it, dude. We've only been in here like 30 minutes. We're both already sitting down.
Yeah, right. My back hurts.
It's not that late. It's not that hot.
6,
6.
You do hear stories about a little girl that drowned. And from what I understand, her name was Alice. I think she was 5 or 6 years old. And I believe she drowned in the mill pond.
Wasn't the girl 6 years old? I'm pretty
think
sure she
you're
was 6 years
right.
old. Alice.
Alice.
Alice?
Oh, maybe she likes the jump rope, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Maybe it's not the grumpy man.
Ah.
Maybe it's the little girl, Alice. If that's you, can you say your name or...
Yeah.
your name.
Your name! I just said, dude! Can you say your name? It said your name! I said, can you say your name? Your name. It's like a joke. So then I don't know what the hell that is.
Yeah, you know,
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna set it right over by us.
Yeah, perfect.
Right here. We put a toy up right here in the corner. You see my hand where it's pointing because you can see in the dark, obviously.
Man.
Man!
Oh.
It's not Alice, it's a man, dude. It's the Grumpy Man! Grumpy Man is what they call him. Grumpy Man, are you trying to make us feel like shit?
Illegal.
Illegal?
Oh,
What?
I just had a flash of, again, that same light. I don't know if that's coming off of a piece of metal or something. It's like right here.
Do you want to do something
Oh,
illegal
oh, oh,
to
look
us,
at,
Grumpy
look at,
Man?
Look at, right when I said that, the REM pod went off. Look at, keep touching it. Great job.
Right when you saw it over there.
Yeah. It's like it came across here. Oh, I've got a headache again. Are you going to start showing up more for us? is that light that we see over here? Is that you? What was that?
I heard something over there.
Again,
Don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid.
Okay.
To whoever's down here, we're gonna go up to the 3rd floor and do a little experiment. So if you want to keep talking to us, come upstairs, okay? Hey, shot, and that REM pod just went off. Were you shot? So you were shot?
Wow. Let's see if you show up for us.
Visitor.
Visitor. Show up for us, visitor.
That's all we're asking.
Oh, what the what the f is that?
Are you filming?
Oh, that camera by the...
Jesus. That was a huge knock. Knock, 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 knock. What the
The static camera just got that.
Oh my god.
I just paused on every other
Totally.
one. What the f did
Wow.
that? What was that?
Holy smokes. That was, I'm just totally buzzing right now. That's one of the...
Matthew.
Oh, Matthew. We gotta remember these names, man. Was that you, the grumpy old man, making that clicking sound? That was nuts.
Grumpy man, did you just try to scare the hell out of us?
Yeah. Why don't you show up over by that clicking sound? You're over here by the camera, over by the door.
Sean.
Sure. Okay, I'm ready for you.
Are you gonna show up by that window? Can you open that for us?
I really don't feel well in this building.
Me either.
Look at, I don't know what's happening. Are you playing with my device here? I mean, what's going on? This side is gone. I've restarted it twice. Okay, I think I'm gonna point down the hall, Colin.
Sure.
I don't, oh my gosh. Let's see ya. Oh, the light just went off. The light just went off.
Which one?
The rope light. Come on, let's show yourself. I have no idea why it doesn't come up on the left one, you know?
It's really weird.
I kind of feel like maybe I gotta go over that way. I'm gonna just go back this way. Okay, if you're here, this device will let you show up and you can kind of goof around on it. Oh, did you see that big black orb? Again. How many of you are here?
Who can help me?
You can help me?
Okay. So,
Who can help me?
We can help you. Or try to. But who are you?
if you're friendly, go ahead and show yourself.
Dress.
Dress!
Okay.
Downstairs.
Let's go to the dress.
Okay,
let's
go
just
to the
listen
dress.
to it.
There's a dress right there, and you can just hear the fabric from that being ruffled. And this would have been like that's what they would have worn in that during that era. This is a real outfit from that time period. To my understanding, this is actually a donated outfit that somebody actually wore.
So here's the dress. I'm going to put this right by you, right on the dress.
Shooting.
Shooting.
Okay. Oh.
Why did you want us to come down to this dress?
Come back again.
Come back again?
I will.
You like having us here? Can you knock like this?
Big footsteps.
Can you show yourselves for us, please?
Holly.
Holy.
Or what? You want a different color? How about blue? Do you like the color blue?
You got one on the floor right there.
What the? Did you see it?
Oh, yeah. It was right here.
Right in the bench, in between the bench and that.
Right where I was sitting last.
I saw one on your shoulder earlier. It disappeared. Did you capture a little bit of it?
I got a little bit of the guy on the
Okay.
ground.
Okay.
Quiet.
Quiet again.
Why does it want us to be quiet? You told us the dress, so we came down by the dress. That dress is actually pretty eerie. You know? Like if it had a head on it or something.
Yeah.
Make the bear go off.
All you have to do is touch the bear or
Toy.
hug it.
Toy!
Toy!
Oh, okay, yes.
Yes.
It is a toy. It is a toy.
Can you touch that little bear?
What are you? Loud footsteps. Oh, that was a voice. Wasn't it? Yes.
Man, nobody's here. Can you go hug that little teddy bear?
Feels kind of dead in here.
It really does.
Okay, everybody. So I'm gonna do an Estus method session. If you don't know what that is, I'm gonna put a blindfold on, put these noise canceling headphones on, and listen to the audio from the spirit box while Jeff asks questions.
You tell me when it's time to go.
Okay.
Gotta get him on. Okay, right away. I want to talk to the grumpy old man. Grumpy old man, are you here? If you're here, grumpy old man, just say yes.
Boys and girls.
Okay. So then, is there a girl here? What's her name? What's the girl's name that's here?
Water. A girl.
Okay, yep. A girl, yep. What's her name?
Oh my god, do you feel that cold? Dude! Do you feel that? What the f, man? Oh my dude, somebody just came in here. I'm not even fucking with you. It's right here, dude. Oh my
I just heard
God.
a noise up there.
Okay.
Okay, you gotta just concentrate. So, why are you here? I mean, do you like it here?
I need help.
I didn't, what? Okay, I asked you, if you're here, do you like it here? How many of you are
We're both
here?
guilty of it.
So there's 2 of you. What are you guilty
3.
of? 3 of you, okay. Do all 3 of you get along?
Oh baby.
Okay, that sounded kind of... Do you guys get along?
No.
You don't, okay. Is the grumpy old man here? What's the grumpy old man's actual name?
Chris.
Chris. Chris is the grumpy old man. Chris,
Hey girls.
okay. Yeah, I get the idea that Chris...
Something or pain.
I was going to say sounded kind of sexual when he said that, but... Chris, are you
I
a...
enjoy her hair.
Oh, okay. There we go. So, Chris, do you like...
I lied.
Damn, okay, we're dealing with Chris here. So
He's
what...
one of the good guys.
Okay, Chris, how old are you? What's your age, Chris? Because these girls are young.
Love them.
Okay, I don't think that's appropriate. Don't you think you're too old for them?
I feel it's weird behind me, man. I feel the building moving. What was that?
Okay, nothing, dude. I mean, you got to leave it on though. The building
There's a baby
is
crying.
the building is swaying, by the way. As I see.
Close to me.
Okay, Chris, I'm talking to you once again. Okay. Do you take care of the little girls that are here?
Watch them pee,
Oh, God, you are.
baby.
Okay, so Chris, you are perverted. Why are we going down this road again? Little girls, if you guys are here, are you afraid of Chris? You can speak up. We're here for you.
No.
No? Okay.
2.
Yep, the 2 girls I'm talking to. Yeah, you too.
Walt Disney.
Well, Chris seems a little bit creepy.
Who?
Oh my God. Hold on. Okay. What's your favorite?
I'm downstairs.
Okay, you
I'm
said.
here.
Okay, you said Walt Disney World. What's your favorite Disney character? I'm talking to the little girls.
Again, same voice. Come down.
Okay.
Dude, I feel cold behind me,
So it
man.
must be.
This is a really intensely bad feeling, Estus, for me.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with this. That the grumpy old man
26.
name is Chris, and you're
27.
okay. And I asked how old you were. You're 27. Okay. So Chris.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Yeah. I didn't know that until now. Chris, how did you die? Just tell it. Spell it out to me. I know you want to say it. A rope. Oof.
I'm hearing shit, man. Are you hearing shit?
Well, Colin, you're doing a Estus method, my man. I mean,
What is that? Man, something's really tripping me out. I really don't like doing this.
okay, once again, that's because we're getting real. Chris, you're 27. It sounds like how you died with a rope.
87.
No, you told me 27, man. Maybe you'd be 87 now? Did you end your life at age 27?
I'm standing right over there, and I felt like I need to point that way.
Okay, can you set something off over there for me? I just heard a knock.
Why don't you come over?
A knock. No, I'm going to sit right here. Okay, I'm going to come back again, Chris.
Creepy laugh.
Mhm. Oh, there's actually some creaks over here, guys.
It's me.
Okay. Wow. So can you make some more noises? Bigger. Use your energy.
I'm near.
Okay, I'm going to come back. Show me. Make those devices go off.
I'll come back with you.
Well, you're not going to come back with us anywhere, actually. You know, we don't allow anybody to come with us, and you're not allowed to do that. But
I wish I had hair.
what kind of hair? Curly, straight, blonde?
Beard. No. Weird.
Well, it could have been a beard. Is there
I'm
any...
sending you a child. You can shove it.
Okay, that's not very nice, obviously.
Won't you just take it?
No, we want that child to...
Shut up!
Okay, we want the child to cross over.
I'm fine.
No. Are you angry? Are you
My mama.
Are you a nice guy? Would you say you're a nice guy? or an angry guy?
Was
You were a nice guy, okay.
63.
Okay, there must have been something that changed at age 63. I don't get it. We're dealing with different people here?
Oh, I just heard someone go, there was.
Something that happened at age 63. What happened, whoever this is?
Papa.
Let's try to switch gears. Okay, you guys are really sucking the energy out of us, man. Again, who's all here?
Come to me!
Who? Come to who's me?
The sun.
The son of what?
I'm never running. Don't like people in here.
Okay, were you
Stop coming.
What if we don't stop coming? What will you do?
Break.
Break what?
Death threats.
Okay.
Topic of death threats.
Okay. So, if we keep coming, you're threatening death to us, huh?
Just don't like you.
Yeah, and you're making that pretty clear. Why don't you like
For way
us?
too long, I can't sleep.
Okay. That's not our fault. Don't blame us. Why can't you sleep?
Sorry.
That's okay. I'll accept your apology.
Too much fun.
You can't get sleep because you're having too much
I'm
fun.
back. I got the same feeling. I don't know if anything has gone off, but I feel that right there.
Oh, the light just went off. Right there when Colin pointed the string light.
'Twas me.
Okay. Thank you for acknowledging that.
Once again, I just feel the need to point out
Oh
that
shit!
I feel
and
something
the
over there.
damn. Oh, we got the light. Literally, when Colin pointed over there, went off again, and we should capture that on the other camera.
Jumping around.
That's pointed towards there. So we'll catch it on the other camera. Mark this.
I'm having fun.
Okay. So, are you one of the little girls? What's your name?
Alex.
Alex.
Alexa.
Okay. Alexa. Okay.
Alex, I think.
Alex, all right. And you like playing with that jump rope over there? You can do as much as you want with it. Are you afraid of Chris? Alex, you can tell us.
Some days in the park.
Okay. You can cross over and get away from Chris if he's bothering
It
you.
doesn't work like that.
Well, that sounded like Chris saying that and not Alex. So Alex, you can go to the light and cross over if you want to. There's nothing Chris can do about it. Understand? And you can bring your friend with you. Chris, do you understand that you can't keep him here?
I feel like there's a younger person there. Once again, like I'm seeing things and I see like a young girl, but then multiple times I've felt like it is that older, angrier man. I don't know what that means, but can you walk over here if you're standing over there?
God, the rope light. Just Colin. Okay, mark it again. Right when you pointed and said that, the rope light went off. We'll catch it. Oh, there it
feel
goes
like you're
again.
coming.
There. Oh my God, you're right.
Al, or whoever it is, if that's the little girl, family, I just heard, come on over. Oh, I feel
Oh
it.
my
I
God.
actually feel something right here,
Me too. Me too.
I'm like, I
Oh
don't know if
my
anything's
God.
even
Oh my
happening,
God.
but
It is. It went off
feel
again.
it.
Again.
Thank you so much. Can you tell me your name?
Oh my gosh.
Killed. Jane.
Oh my gosh, you're hitting on this.
Daddy.
Yes, you can cross over. I feel like you're
I'm
kind of
scared.
trying. No, I know, but you can go. You can
Mom.
leave. Go to your mother and father.
I
Chris,
don't know where.
it's you can cross
No
over. Go to the
fun.
light. Go to the light.
He's calling.
No.
He's coming.
No, that's okay. Oh my gosh, this is so active. Wow. I'm totally charged here.
I'm feeling like I'm getting a switch now from happier to negative energy.
Okay, remember what
Like
we're...
I get a chill all of a sudden.
Okay, we got...
I'm all over.
Okay, remember, Chris, you can't control these little girls. And you little girls, Alex, you can't. That's terrible. But again, Chris, you are perverted. You're not a nice person. But the little girls, listen to me. And anyone else, Chris is not controlling you. You can cross over. No. Alex, listen, and your friends, and anybody else.
I'm gonna blow your brains.
Okay, no. You can get away from Chris. Just go now. Go to your mother and your father.
I'm not able.
You can. You can. I know. You're right over here and you're trying.
No.
Yes. Yes. You can go. Go to the light. Go to the light. Alex and your friends.
The babies are...
Get away from Chris. Okay, Chris. You need to go on your own. You need to leave these people alone, okay?
Chris.
So
if the old angry man is here, I think you're over there watching.
yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. This is, oh my gosh. This is an active session right here.
No. Like the woman, or death.
Okay, so that might be Alex or the other girl's mother. What would be her name, the mother's name? Huh?
Oh, I feel fucking cold behind me again.
Damn,
man.
what's on this screen here?
You get what you get. I'm awful.
Okay, Chris, I think we know that. And,
Okay, man, I can't do this.
dude, here. I don't know what this came up. That came up on the screen.
Oh, sorry. Anything?
Oh, shit.
Oh!
Dude, you kept pointing over there. Almost on cue, the string of light would go off. And I was talking about Chris. I focused on Chris being not a nice guy, and the girls going to the light and crossing over and finding their parents. Alex came up, little girl, said, "Take your friend," and Chris came back, like, no, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's all about, we focused in on Chris, if he's the grumpy man or not, but he's controlling these people here, girls, I think. And you had some creepy stuff to say about, I love her hair and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's definitely focused on, and that light, that string of light that hasn't been going off now, that thing went off like 15 times.
That's crazy.
And on cue, when you pointed the static cam on a couple, I got it a few times, but the static cam will always catch it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey.
So you really.
I could feel it, dude. I
know,
could
you
feel
really-
like something right there.
Yeah, and it was like look at like right now. I mean, it's just like
I don't
It's
feel
dead.
like it's anything
it's
either.
dead, you know. But it went off like I bet 15 times.
Wow.
While we were focused on Chris and Alex and her friend crossing over.
What an interesting night.
Yeah. Okay. Here's the thing.
Okay. All right, everybody. So to end tonight's video, we're going to be going to the Schoolhouse, which is allegedly the second most haunted place here on this property. We've already had some crazy contact, but we have a little surprise that we're going to try and experiment with the spirits of the children that might be in the Schoolhouse. Keep in mind, it's 2 a.m. It's 4 a.m. Philadelphia time, where I just flew from 3 a.m. South Dakota time, where Jeff came from. So we're both exhausted, but we felt like there was something we needed to do for the kids. So we're gonna go do that. Okay, here we are.
That door's open there, bud.
What just happened?
I just thought I heard some steps coming right up behind me here on this house or whatever this thing is. I couldn't close the door. I don't think people appreciate how creepy a lot of our locations are. Look at this wilderness out here. I can't close that door.
All right, everybody. So to end tonight, we are here in the schoolhouse, and I wanted to do a little experiment. So recently, I purchased this automatic writing planchette. This planchette, it's like an old divination tool. It's got these roller balls on the bottom and a fountain pen. You can see we're testing it out. And I was sitting there thinking, you know, Jeff and I talked about what we captured on camera in the grist mill, and if that angry man really is so terrible to the kids around here, it's probably been a long time since the children were able to draw something. So earlier I had already planned to do this experiment, but I brought 2 pieces of poster board out here, and I'm gonna focus on what these children could want, and I'm gonna try to draw something. I'm gonna try and interpret what they're telling me. And while I'm drawing, I'm gonna have Jeff kind of move around a little bit, film it, and I'm gonna run an EVP recorder. Okay, to anybody who might be in here, I'm here with my dad. My name's Colin.
My name's Jeff.
We just want to talk to you. If there's an angry man here, I'm sorry that he's here, but we're not angry. We just want to play and hang out. So how about you come over next to me? Oh, weird. I felt like it actually just moved a little bit. Why don't you come over next to me and just show me how to move this. You can use my hands and you can draw something. It's weird that I'm actually... Automatic writing is strange because it's like...
Here's a stocking cap.
Sure.
Why not? Cover your eyes.
With automatic writing, you just kind of draw what comes to mind or write it. This whole process, but let's see. What's your name? Remember, I can't see this. Kenny Emily is the name. Emily, you can draw anything you want. Okay.
Let's see it.
What the hell?
Well, maybe you have to look at it upside down, left, right.
Heart. Emily. Pretty good for being blindfolded. 2 people hugging.
I don't know if this is too light to show it, too bright to show it on here, but
Let me see.
you can maybe see it.
Here it is. Emily. Don't know what it means, but okay, you ready to do yours?
Yeah, and remember, Emily was what came up with Caden with me today. Remember?
Oh yeah, that's weird.
And
That is weird.
And I was kind of thinking like
We weren't filming
Emily
that
or
though.
Amelia, and then I was thinking of Amelia Earhart because I mentioned Sally House to him.
But we were.
But then I said, well, he said that's like some kind of it's like an M or like an M or M. And then I said, well, my wife's name is Mary. And he's like, oh, I get it. Okay, like he was talking to someone from the grist mill, from the mill, and said that what was it? You have to go back. Somebody like.
We didn't even film that.
No, but I mean it was like his friend or his mother's name was Mary, and she went by M. That's what her nickname was, M. So he was just connecting to my wife Mary.
My mom.
Yeah, your mom. So. Okay, I'm ready. So this is still going. So anybody that wants to say anything, remember to speak into that. So folks, remember the scariest thing tonight for me is I gotta put this hat over my head like Colin just did on his head. So the cooties and stuff inside here. Things I do for you. It's like 3 a.m. right?
Yeah.
Okay, where is this thing?
Okay, now just try to sit there and try to just let anything come to mind.
Cheeseburger. Okay, I'm gonna clear my mind here, okay? Ready?
Mm-hmm. This is like, it's fucking creepy, man.
Oh. You know what I was imagining?
A dinosaur?
No, I was imagining going down stairs into a room and a table with myself and my sister Janie.
Really?
That's not that bad. And then when I came back up here, I was thinking love, a heart, and then I was drawing it to Janie.
Wow.
That's not bad.
No.
I mean, look at that.
I thought it was like a dinosaur straight up. 2 eyeballs and a long neck.
It's like coming down into a room.
Okay.
Ow! Hey, this is a breadstick. This is ones I like you just to put in a little cheese dip.
It honestly, that sounds pretty good right now. I'm hungry. Okay, let's get the hell out of here, man.
Guys, come back. I got a figure in the chair. Look at this.
Oh.
Okay, right here. Okay, whoever you are in the chair, speak into this device. Say anything and let us know who you are.
I think they just showed up to say thanks for drawing with us.
Look at that.
It looks like 2 different things.
Kind of does.
Like the 2 girls we were talking to.
Oh man, if you're Alex, can you sit up in the chair? Maybe change your position? Talk into this device. I'm gonna move around. If it's Alex or whoever it is, are you gonna hop off the chair? Well, almost one started over here too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh man, it's like growing.
Come on, I'm trying to break you. Oh,
Jeez.
Cool. You must be lucky. That was pretty cool, man.
That was.
You know?
Okay.
All right.
This door just slams.
Yeah, and then it's like.
I'm not Alex.
It's the
Jeff, you gotta put this on before we go. Come on. What the f? My light just died, dude.
Jesus.
Oh, my light's fried. No, I don't have a light. You got a flashlight right there?
Jesus. I'm getting a little creeped out.
That was weird timing.
There's a flashlight. Oh. Did you get that?
Yeah.
That was weird. You want me to put this on?
Yeah, you need to fulfill your destiny.
I'm a Eatnud.
Oh.
Just think of all the creepy little people that had this on. You know?
Creepy little people.
Well, you know. Little gnomes, dude. Look at this little gnome hat.
Creepy little people.
Creepy little people.
I like that.
CLP, baby.
Yep, kind of like you.
Okay, this is for Colin. This is what you have to aspire for. Hello.
Oh my god.
I know the answer. Get in the corner.
You look fucking disturbing, man.
Oh.
Get in the corner, dunce. What a weird word, dunce.
Oh god, I'm really tired.
Okay, let's get out of here. Oh. Hello.